Test, 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 test. Hello. Here's somebody.
Hello, Dan.
Hey, Jay. How's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. I'm trying to do the project thing. All right. Trying to figure out a smarter animal.
Yeah, I got partway through that. I was able to add like a counter, a turn counter for eat.
Cool. Yeah.
And let's see, what was the other one of bank? Oh yeah, I made it where it would only eat if its energy was below a certain
Oh, that's smart.
certain level. Yeah, those were pretty easy. Some of the other suggestions I didn't get to try, like like to try to make a wall follower or a bouncing critter out of it.
Yeah. I didn't even think to do that because we already got the implementation, of the wall crawler.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was in the hints. But yeah, that was pretty fun because like I tried to tweak it, and the plants are always winning in my simulations. The plants are brutal, man.
Oh, disable. Yeah, I let it go for a while. It seemed like everything just died. Like the plants would eventually die, or there would be kind of a swell of plants, and then the animals would eat all the plants, and then they reproduce and eat all, and then really eat them all, and then die.
Yeah. I was getting some weird behaviors out of it. I had one run of it where like there were only a few plant eaters left. There were only like 4 of them, but they were just eating like crazy, trying to survive. But
Yeah.
and that seemed like it was just going to go on forever. So I just finally just stopped that simulation.
I wonder if even just like increasing how much energy it would take to reproduce. That would help.
Yeah, that would slow it down.
And find, what does find actually, does find return a vector?
Yeah, it returns a direction, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it returns like E or ME or S, or it returns a direction string, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. Where are those?
Because like I know if you do find all, it returns an array, and each member of the array is a direction.
Oh, that's cool. That's another thing you can do is to find all. Find. See, how would we make that like say I wanted to get. Well, I guess find all.
Yeah, I mean, if you did a find all, then plant would be an array.
Plants.
Yeah, and then you'd have to iterate over the array.
Plants dot length greater than 1, greater than 2. Direction.
I get the way that's set up. It looks like you got to pick just one, because you're returning an action and a direction.
Yeah. Of all this. I wonder if this will work. Unexpected token. Probably didn't like this OR here. Oh, yeah, because we don't know for sure that find all is going to return anything.
You need a curly bracket after plants. After plants bracket 0, you need a curly bracket on the end.
Oh yeah. So I just increased the energy to reproduce and only eat if there's two plants nearby.
Oh yeah, good. I just now I didn't catch that, but yeah, that makes sense.
They seem to really be.
So that way you wouldn't eat the last plant.
Yeah, the plants are definitely taking over right now. Yeah, that's also.
You ever read that Jared Diamond book, Guns, Germs, and Steel?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, it covers a lot of territory in this book, but one of the stories is about Easter Island, and what brought about the collapse. And he sets up a scenario, he's thinking like, what were the people thinking when they chopped down the last tree on Easter Island?
Right.
What was in their heads? So that's kind of the same scenario here. You don't want to chop down the last plant.
Yeah. Definitely need to introduce a tiger into this. So I think it seems pretty. I mean, this is going a lot longer than.
You're going pretty good. Your plant eaters seem to be reproducing a lot. Hi, Alexa.
What's up, Jay?
Oh, not much.
Nice.
Just discussing plants and plant eaters and
tigers and bears. Oh my.
Yeah. We need some bears too.
Oh yeah, bears to just chase the tigers.
Yeah.
like a tiger can't eat if there's a bear next to it.
Or the bear gets it first. Whoever has the most energy gets it first. Who knows?
Yeah, and then the bear and the tiger get to fight it out.
We're still going here. Hey Alexa.
What's up, Dan?
How much? We're still going. This little system I got. All I did was turn the energy up that it takes to reproduce to 100.
Oh, nice.
And then just did a find all, so it returns an array of plants. And then if there are two or more plants, then you can eat. Otherwise, they don't eat.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that I noticed that simulation died immediately. Like they lived for maybe 20 turns, and then it just turned into overgrowth.
Yeah.
Of plants. It was pretty sad, actually.
Yeah, that's the way mine went. The plants would always win.
What determines the null, or when the when the plant eaters die, is it just when they run out of energy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe move should cost some energy also.
I think move
Well,
costs 1 energy.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah. I believe it does.
Let's see.
I think that's like built into the world part. I think that it subtracts energy when you move.
That makes sense. I kind of want to add a ticker to this, so just so it shows how many iterations have happened.
Yeah.
Oh, and you should call it generations.
Yeah. It would be great to have a little status panel. You know, because I was trying to keep track of like how many uh, plant eaters or predators had reproduced. You know.
Yeah. Here we go. Well, here's the animate world.
Yeah.
Tick. Good job. Yeah, so it just creates a new one every time. So we just need a little box. If I could do that, I wonder if I have access to this animated.
Maybe you could just throw it in a sandbox and basically overwrite it. Like all of it, though.
Yeah, I would probably have to.
So,
Just adding a node. Can I just add a property onto it?
is it a object thing? Yeah. Seems like you can. Let me get in there so I can
Okay.
check out the actual contents there.
Just, I mean, I can start it back. This has been going a while. I'm going to save this state just as it is right now, too. So if I, oh, animated is not defined. So what do we call? Okay, we call animate world. So that's probably how it's implemented. It's a function.
Okay, interesting.
Oh yeah, that's just the return. Yeah, how? Undefined. Probably only have one of these per time.
Well, let's see. Can you just go in and change just the turn function so that each turn it would update some counters, and you can append that somewhere within animated or animate world. I'm not quite sure what animate world's doing, honestly.
Well, animate world.
Oh, there we go.
Is,
I see it.
Yeah, that's the file, and then there's this iffy inside of it. So I don't think I'll actually have any
Yeah,
access.
the
to
very
it.
last line of this. The last line returns an animate world function.
Yeah. So
Or
it's
at
just
least that's what it
structure.
calls, or something.
Mhm. You know what we could do though, since
Ah.
it's every 333 milliseconds, we could just make a new function that's a timer that just like logs to the console every 33. Just have it on a loop.
Yeah, sounds good.
Probably wanted to be in this console. Well, might as well just do it here in the sandbox, I guess. So if we have like We have a timer. Doesn't do anything other than what's the set?
Set interval takes a function, so a callback to do, and then how often to do it.
Oh, it has a delay too. So, okay, so this will be the function that we pass in. It's just console.log in, and we'll pass it a number. And then looks like we can clear a timeout too. So we'll need a set time. Is that how we want to do it? Yeah, because we want it to go every 333. We also want it to update. Well, it can just log. So we can just put that in.
For now, yeah. If in fact, it probably be easier if moving after this, if you made the console log in function. Oh, I see what you're doing. Perfect. That's the exact thing.
We just call something like that.
We'll see what that does.
And then we just pass timer I.
Yeah.
What happens? Oh, too many times. It's not calling itself, is it?
I think. Do you even need the for loop, or it'll just? I guess it won't.
Yeah. Well. Oh, I don't have a var here for one thing. Yeah, it's
There you go.
Well, it's not at all.
It's running that and not the actual animate world.
Well, yeah, I have to actually click start, I think.
Do you?
It's just going through yeah, it's just I mean, I've actually like killed it. I killed the process. Dang it. I had notes.
Oh man. Yeah, I actually did that this time too. I actually finished the exercises and then
All set.
lost all my notes within Eloquent JavaScript.
Dang it. I gotta back it.
Cool.
It up.
Did you solve the one I had issue with? Not the greediness, but it's like how does it know where plants are? Did you happen to find that one? The answer to that one?
Oh, like instead of returning a random direction?
Yes, that one exactly.
I didn't do that one. Is that next?
It's above
it's
the
part
predators.
Of this. Oh, okay.
Artificial stupidity.
See what right, so it's kind of one of the it's one of the options. I think, yeah, let's see. If we look at the hints here, I think there's like several different ones that he suggests, like different ways that you could solve this. Just so the world doesn't run out.
Strategies.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and just re-implement what I had real fast. So if plants.length greater than 2 eats the first plant. It looks like we're on. Still interested in writing a timer?
Timer. Okay, let's see. You might have to. Okay, so what are you trying to log out with the timer?
Just how many iterations have happened.
I think you might want to just overwrite the world.turn method. Because I think that's where the timer runs anyway, and you can just add some code in there.
Okay. Actually, I could probably like append even like what is this div called? Well,
Yeah,
I don't think I can override anything in the animated.
But in the turn world turn, couldn't you just add a console log?
Oh, like here? Oh, world. Yeah, where is it?
Yeah, there's a turn method.
Right.
You know, and it should that's going to fire off every iteration.
Yeah. Dang, where is it? Stream. World turn, yeah.
Yeah, world turn. There you go.
So just. But I'm not passing in anything.
Well, let's figure out where that
you
is.
Could just, okay. You could give it a counter property.
Oh yeah.
Initialize it to 0, and then increment it every time this function executes. You can just do counter plus plus.
Cool. Make sure it references that. I think it should. Smart Plan Eater? Oh, I wonder if it's actually logging out to this console. Nope. So, reinitialize. Okay, that didn't work.
Are the sandboxes connected? I've never figured that out, to my knowledge.
I don't think so, but I might just be able to override it. I mean, based on this, I'm thinking I thought they would be, because I know you can. There's sometimes when you have access to other functions, but they must already be on the window.
Yeah, it seemed like the two sandboxes in the exercise to me seemed like they weren't connected.
Seems like that. So maybe I can just.
Yeah, if you just paste that in there, would it override?
I would think so. Well, I hope so. Oh, I need to give this energy. This 1 1 1.
There we go.
So it doesn't appear to be incrementing. It is calling that.
I guess it's resetting it's resetting var counter equals 0 every time.
Yeah.
So I can just put this outside.
Yeah, you'd have to make that a global. Yeah.
In this case, that's probably fine.
Yeah.
Cool. Stop actually. Stopped it. There we go.
Great. Now if we just go in there and change it so that each turn it keeps track of how many creatures there are and how all the information you want to know.
Yeah.
So how Okay, so I guess what's happening here is that it's replacing. It's like this is an actual DOM node, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's this pre. So we can do that. We can make like a pre. Um, yeah, basically just the same thing. It's pre pinch out, and then don't worry about the toString. Okay, let's go ahead. This there. Pre.owner document.create text node this world to string. So first it removes the child and then it appends it by calling turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it appends the new world,
Right.
which has changed because of turn.
Yeah. So can I just have like another DOM node? I mean, basically do the same thing, but not have it inside of this function and have it like on turn maybe. Well, it's going to create a new one every turn.
So where did you add the counter? Is that in world? I would add just some more notes on world, some information about the world. So number of creatures and also console.log. There are blank smart plant ears. Because remember, the world goes through each time and touches on each individual element within the grid.
Yeah, so you could count.
You're gonna want to put that in world.
Yeah, you could count up how many while you're executing the turns.
Let's say find animals.
Yeah.
And so it's just going to look through the grid and it's going to just return a number, right? So the grid's
each
each
element of the grid has got a property that tells you what created it.
The original character origin chart.
Yeah, that one.
So it's going to be okay. The grid is an array of arrays, right?
No, it's just one big long array.
Oh, right. Maybe I'm not doing that right.
I think you're going to want to copy the terminology from turn and just this.grid.for each. For each loop.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I get to it like that?
2 4s. I'm not sure what.
Just log out. I'm going to see what each of the elements in the grid. It might just be.
Yeah, they're going to be objects.
I think you have an extra 4 keyword there.
Oh, but I need var, right? Var thing in grid.
Ah, there you go.
I think.
We'll see what comes out.
And I just call this dot find animals.
Yeah, buddy. This is getting exciting.
What this does. Sure, grid is not defined. All right.
This dot grid.
This dot grid, yeah.
Here we go. Space width height is inside. Get set for each. 5, 6. Okay, and then it's logging.
Well, okay, so real quick, it's actually printing out the properties on grid, not the actual elements.
Yeah.
In the grid. So okay.
So I guess that's what the for-in does. So
yeah. Perfect.
So it's not the grid, right? It's the what's the concatenated the string?
I think if you do the for each loop, that'll take care of it. Because I can't answer your question. And the for each loop definitely works.
Okay. Okay. So I need to do that. Find char an element, or a char an element.
Nope. Just for each. This dot grid dot for each. So run a.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like it is under turn.
Well, yeah, he's calling it under turn in line 11.
Oh. Oh, okay, cool. So it's going to be critter and a vector.
Remember, vector is just its
position, kind of.
position. Critter. Yeah. What's the length property on a critter?
I don't know. Oh, it'd just be 1. That's a good point. What properties does it have?
I would just do the critter.
Yeah, it has that original care, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, right. So,
element.
It's not just going to be each one of these elements, is it?
What? It's not going to be each one of the elements?
Yeah,
I think
I mean, just whatever's at this vector. That's what vector would return.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay, so let's look at turn. So scroll up real quick. Turn has pretty good algorithm-y things in it. Cool. So you might want to check if a critter's there. So if critter dot act. So yeah, I would do an if critter dot act to make sure it's an actual element that has an action, or an element to be considered.
Like that?
No, drop the if within the.
Yeah, it needs to be inside the for each.
Okay. Yeah.
Sweet. Let's see what it what it prints out. Hopefully it prints out animals. What? Nice. Cool. That's a lot of information that we have to extract from then.
Mostly plants.
Do that again. I'd switched away.
Yeah, so it's just doing every non-wall thing.
Wow, that's cool.
It's energy. Smart plant eater.
I wonder how their energy gets so crazy. Oh, I guess it's a random number.
How do I find... So, if I wanted to say, okay, for every smart plant eater, would I do critter dot is prototype of smart plant eater?
We just look for origin care equals at, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hat. Oh,
Yeah.
or 0?
0, yeah.
Oh, or 0. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay. If critter dot origin share. Want to do triple. Console.log critter.
You could always increment a counter and wait. Okay, so we figure out where to put the counter. It doesn't matter. Let's do this.
Once for each of. Yeah, I'll probably have another 4 because it would need to do this every turn, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking you're gonna have to make a counter, like a plant eater counter property on world, and then make a function called increment plant eater counter within find animals, because we need that counter to be accessible to the world object too.
That's right. And that can just return. That can be a closure that just returns a value, like an internal property.
Yes.
The type. Like number of critters.
You can just put number of blank, right? Because we're gonna end up wanting to count more than just plant eaters, and then give the function a critter, pass a critter to the function.
So it's going to have this internal for like number, right?
I don't think so.
Equals 0 or in.
Let's think of how to implement this. This is interesting.
Well, it's kind of like a reduce is what it's looking like.
Ooh, that might be the way better way to go about this.
Well, I mean, you almost have it with that find animals function.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all you'd have to do is add a counter.
There you go.
You know, add a counter inside the if, and you'd have it.
All right, I like this.
Okay.
But I think we're at the end of the day, we're going to want to count all of the little critters, right? So if we have bouncing critters,
define the counter at the beginning and then increment it inside the if. Every time you get a match, you would ding the counter, right? Yeah, and then right after the if, put counter plus plus. And then at the very end, then you could do console log count outside of the outside of the loop outside of the outside of the for each is what I'm trying to say.
Right. Console.log. Do that. Right.
So the way it's set up now, it ought to tell you how many smart plant eaters you have.
Let me actually make this a little.
That's getting mixed up with our other
counseling log.
Yeah.
Console log. Nice.
No,
0. What is that character then? Because it's looking for that 0 character.
Yeah.
It might just be a capital O. I think it is a capital O.
Is it? Oh,
because
it is.
Lowercase o is the stupid plant eater.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
I thought it was a 0 too. I didn't think about it.
Yeah.
It doesn't appear to be updating.
They haven't reproduced, right?
Guess so. Yep, still at 6. I may have messed up the. Well, it's probably just going to take them a while too, I think. Okay, it looks like. Oh, it's still
1, 2,
6.
There actually are 6.
Come on, guys.
Come on, have a baby.
Wait, they're eating now.
Yeah, these are stuck. Oh.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, let's see.
They'll die in a second. They're gonna lose energy if they're not moving.
Yeah, I'll let him.
There they go. Oh
Let him
no.
die.
So what's the count? What does the count show now?
Oh, well,
Oh wait,
they
it's might
reproduced.
reproduced. Here we go.
7-9.
Yes.
Yeah,
Score.
149. So, how did I have that for? Okay, I think I probably did direction plant 1, maybe. They were definitely doing a lot better the first time, seemingly. But if I let this go... Oh, and I also gave him 100 energy to begin with. If energy is greater. Yeah. Try that.
2 of them aren't even 3 of them aren't even moving.
Weird. I wonder why it's doing that. This guy. You can't select him because it's being replaced constantly.
Why are they not? What's their movement function? They're getting trapped by plants.
Yeah.
In space.
Hello, Aaron. You're muted, by the way. I saw you say hi, though.
Hello, Aaron.
He didn't say hi to you, Dan. That's funny. He doesn't.
That's fine. I have better things to do.
Yeah, let's check out their movement function and see why they're stuck, or at least we can add a little if. So if they're surrounded by plants, they just tear through it.
Yeah. There's that move function. Turn type deuce.
I think they only move if they see a space. They can't. They don't. They're not smart enough to know they can eat a plant and move into the space.
That's right.
It's also random, I think.
Yeah.
Still at this point.
I think we can just add it right there in
Move. So.
No, right where we define what actions to send back to the world.
Tell it to move again.
Right there. Yeah. So if let's say if plant.length is greater than 4, or something like that, then.
Well, if we wanted them to eat more often, we could make that smaller.
Yeah, let's do that like that. Because they're just getting straight trapped. It's greater than 1. Smart plant eaters, my butt.
They're not that smart.
Those ones aren't surrounded by anything and they're stuck.
Should eventually. Man, my first one was so good and it got erased. But I think it was the same. I think those were the only 2 changes I made. These guys are getting. They're about to. They didn't produce. The ants or the plants just overtook them.
Wow, that got out of control extremely quickly.
Wow.
You changed one thing.
Terrible.
That doesn't even make sense because you made it easier for them to eat and they just stopped moving. Let's change their move function. If space. No, not. Let's just say else. Direction. Doesn't the plant eater have a this dot direction property? Does it? I don't know.
The smart plant eater or the regular plant eater?
Well, if there's a I'm sorry, say that again.
Oh, we're asking if the regular plant eater had a.
Yeah, even if the smart plant eater had a this dot direction property or this dot dir.
Sure, because.
Maybe let's see. Let's go find it. It should because we copied it straight over from the plant eater before. So we took the prototype and just copied it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just passing it in here, smart plan eater, right?
Mm-hmm.
So does it have? Yeah, I think it just does like it just kind of picks a random direction, and then if it doesn't find one, it returns south. That was
Yeah,
maybe I'm
that's
thinking of
right.
something else.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you could change the movement to one of the ones that he already gave you the examples, like the one that bounces, the bouncing critter
Hmm.
or the wall follower. I was trying to think maybe if you could like if it eats a plant, then it could remember that should be empty.
Hmm.
Maybe available.
It could try
I
to
think,
you could maybe remember that for the next turn.
or try to remember that for the next turn. I tried implementing something like that. I almost got it to work, and then I erased all my code. So
If the so we're saying if he just ate at a place, so like eat in the place, and we could tell him to eat and move.
I think he does that anyway. He moves, so it says eat and then return direction equals plant, and then the world turn
Does
or
it
the world let act moves things according to the
does it do
direction.
that? If you eat, does it move it, or
It
does it just
should.
yeah?
That's what the action returns anyway. So the return action is.
And
Yeah,
eat.
go back to world turn. I want to see does it move? I don't, if it moves when it eats.
We get a new. That's where we overwrite, right? So there's acted. Let act.
Yeah, you want to check out let act. I'll be back in just a sec.
Okay. Oh yeah, the function that actually does the performs the action is let act.
Okay, so. Alright, so we look at it in a direction. In the view return. What does view return? Sorry. Yeah, so it just makes it. I mean, that's what eating is. It takes away the plant and then it moves the creature there.
Yeah.
But it kind of doesn't seem to be.
No
It,
wait, that's on the inside of the move, right? That outer if says if action and action type equals move.
hmm.
Okay, does
Yeah.
that work?
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey, what's up?
what's up?
How's it going? Hello.
Good. I thought I'd jump in. I happened to see y'all on this website here.
Oh, which website? Oh, the
Meetup? Yeah.
Meetup. Oh, cool. Are you from Denton?
No, I'm in Plano.
Oh,
Interesting.
cool. Nice.
Yeah, I was trying to build a tic-tac-toe game and was desperately looking for someone to pair program with and was like, oh, these guys are on right now? Let's see what they're doing.
Oh boy, this is kind of like that, sort of.
It's definitely JavaScript. So there's that.
Yeah. What's the tic tac toe game for? Is that free code camp?
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to do the last two projects on there. I've done a lot of like design, like visual design and HTML, CSS and stuff. But I decided a couple months ago to get serious about JavaScript, and it's really breaking my brain right now. So,
Yeah. Indeed. Well, do we want to take a little bit of a break from this world and answer some of Aaron's questions, if he has questions?
no, you don't have to answer questions. I just kind of wanted to jump in and see what you are doing, see if I can jump in on this.
Cool. Have you looked at Eloquent
you can jump
JavaScript?
I've read a decent portion of it.
Cool.
All right.
Have you looked at this chapter?
No.
Around 7. So, have you ever looked at like Conway's Game of Life?
Yeah, that's actually Free Code Camp does that they want you to build it in React.
Oh wow.
But they do the Conway's Game of Life deal. I'm nowhere near that at all. But I get real addicted to this type of stuff, so I'll probably just like figure out where y'all are at and try to catch up before next week.
Cool. Awesome.
If that's cool with everybody here.
Yeah. No, absolutely. It's like more the merrier, man. For sure. So, yeah, there's this really cool. This is in JavaScript. Just a library someone made. Can y'all see my screen?
I can.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. You can like change the grid, change the color schemes, take away the trails.
Ooh, I didn't know you take away the trails.
Grid's
What have
kinda
I been doing this whole time?
Yeah, it's the same kind of idea, and I think what we were just trying to do is re-implement kind of a similar kind of counter thing.
Like a pattern, yeah.
Yeah, and we were trying to do it within the sandbox, but we were just like logging stuff. And we were trying to figure out, I had, like, right before we got started, I kind of augmented the creature, which are these O's, a little bit, and it was going for a really long time, and then I, like, made an infinite loop, and it killed Chrome. And I can't remember what I did. And now they're, like, super dumb. They just don't do anything anymore.
Well, another thing is that it was completely random, so it might have just been a lucky draw. The one time you did it.
Also true. I mean, it was. I had it running for like 5 minutes, and it was. I mean, it seemed pretty stable. But I changed 2 things. It couldn't have been that much. Also.
Well, one thing I'm noticing, it doesn't seem like the plants or the animals are moving to the plants. I think that's what we're trying to figure out, because they're just getting stuck within the plants.
Right. So it could even be.
Yeah, did we ever check out that let act function? I'm going to see if I can find it. What am I looking at? Yeah, so it takes... Okay.
This looks like
okay.
Dwarf Fortress.
Looks like what?
Dwarf Fortress. It's a game that's built that runs, and it looks exactly like this.
Cool.
It's a simulation, but it's all in top-down white binary stuff.
Spelled Fortress?
Yeah, well, how do you spell that?
Dwarf, like a dwarf, like
dwarf. Okay.
Dwarf Fortress.
Okay, that's the timer.
Okay, I'll check that out. Dan, save the link. Dwarf Fortress.
Dwarf?
Yeah.
It just kind of looks. Yeah, it looks like it. If you look at
Oh, nice.
It's a super complicated. that doesn't explain it. that picture doesn't really explain what's going on with it at all. But
There are pixels, I guess.
yeah. Well, if you look at that, it's a simulation where basically you start with like a group of dwarves. It's a game, and you try to survive on this like isle, but it's built in the same. It's all procedurally generated, and it generates an entire backstory for the thing on load of the game on the first build, and it's built in like that.
Good lord.
But this reminds me of that.
So it's basically the same as No Man's Sky.
Yeah, kind of similarly, except probably much bigger.
Wow.
It's ridiculous. If you ever want to fall down a black hole, go research Dwarf Fortress a little bit. It's
I live in a black hole.
it can get real weird real fast.
It's Dwarf Fortress.
Because it's not just based on like size, but it's also time. So it'll write a backstory like back like 2,000 years whenever you build a new whatever like instance of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, cool. Nice. Definitely check that out. This guy seems really excited about it.
He's super stoked.
Cool.
I think he just
One thing I did
used the phrase "too weird to live."
One quick thing about this: the let act function on the world only moves if the action type is moved. So that needs to change.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so how would we go? How would we just add words to prototype.letAct?
You could change it to move if the action is move or eat.
Sounds good to me.
It seems like I have a broken eat here, which is one of the problems. I did something wrong. So if I try to...
I think it's plant with a...
Well,
you did change the S.
I made
okay.
a plant.
Yeah, if you do the find all, it gives you an array of plants, directions to find plants in.
It doesn't like this console log right here. Oh, it's because I need braces since it's more than one line.
Hey, yeah.
Back to basics. Let's get this done.
Oops. Okay, and it's returning directions. So those are the plants.
Mm-hmm.
So it's saying eat plant in that direction.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
Go grab world.prototype.letAct. Let's see. I think you have to. Did we just decide that you have to overwrite it within the sandbox you're currently working, so that it'll work?
Yeah,
Can you
that's
just
what we
change
did
it?
last time.
Yeah. So yeah, I would just make a brand new world.prototype.letAct.
I think the world overriding code I was kind of putting here. So just overriding it.
Here's a link to the original, so you can copy most of it. I would open it in a new tab, though. You know what to do.
Got it. This one? Wait.
Wrong thing completely. Man.
We're just looking for let act?
You let act, right? You can just control F that. I think that's it now.
This one?
Or there you go. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's it.
So we're going to say move or eat?
Just copy and paste it and change it to say if action and action type equals move or eat. Then we also change our critter's location.
Yeah, because even if so move is going to, well, we're already calling check destination. So within that, okay, yeah. Cool. Let me lower this energy, say like 40. Start with 20.
The creatures.
Yeah, they're already reproducing.
This is getting real quick.
Yeah.
They're about to all die. They're gonna eat the plants.
So let's make this like 60, and say if energy is 100. So they eat a little, or so they reproduce slightly less often.
Okay. They're still killing the plants.
Yeah.
This one in the bottom left corner, though, what is its problem?
Yeah.
Do we know? It's just chilling.
Yeah, the one in the top left is acting weird too. Why is he stuck?
Well, they're all next to a wall.
Next to plants, too. They're not going towards the plant or the wall. Now they're stuck.
There's probably not. It's probably that check destination isn't returning. It's just not checking for the place that's free.
It reproduced, but it didn't.
Yeah.
All right, cool. We're kind of there. All right, I have to head out now, guys. It's been a pleasure and a half.
Oh.
Getting these creatures to try to get them to do stuff. I'll see you. Nice to meet you, Aaron. Come around next time. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
And then the next time. And then the next time.
Yeah, we still got.
All right, I'll see you guys.
We still got a year to go, right?
Yeah.
Right.
This is a long-term meetup. Far-reaching. See you, Alexa. Let's watch this a little bit more. Ugh. Yeah, I was much more interested in trying to do just like create a DOM node and then update it, because this was getting.
Did you try the Predator?
I haven't at all. So it's got my same smart plant eater though.
Yeah. Yeah, all you got to do is you
moving.
could take your smart plant eater and just make it eat. Copy that and give it a different name, and then make it eat smart plant eaters.
Yeah. He's right. Oh, that's smart.
Yeah.
And need to give it some energy. I think that's what I messed up. Did not initialize it with energy. Okay. It's got to be pretty rare. I feel like the plants are quickly going to take over in this scenario.
Yeah. On mine, the tigers would die out really fast. Well, yours just lasting longer than mine did.
I think I gave them more energy.
Yeah, the plants are going to win this one.
This one's gonna starve. This guy's just stuck because he doesn't eat plants. Maybe we can make him omnivores.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, yeah, try that. That'd be cool.
Can we find? I guess we could do that every time. You do. Or, whoops. Smart plant eater or plant. And now instead of a tiger, it's buffalo. Yeah. It's not eating the plant. Oh, that one ate a plant.
They don't seem to be moving.
Yeah. Oh, it's probably because one of those two are true, so it's never falling through to space. Hmm.
So the way that's set up, if it finds a smart plant eater, it's going to always choose that first.
Yep.
It would choose a smart plant eater over a plant.
See what happens. I mean, it's the same kind of, kind of just a dumb or.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be cool if we could like iterate like a move. If we could tell these to move further to take like multiple moves, but I guess our act.
Yeah, we'd have to change the whole structure to make it do the multiple. That would be cool though if you could make it do multiple actions on a turn.
Yeah. But it would have to go until, since it's, yeah, the whole structure is that single ticks. So, and there's not really, we don't have any way of projecting a future state. And plus there's randomness, so it's impossible.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know what happened because the buffalo want to move because they're surrounded by spaces, but they never move.
That one moved a little bit.
Yeah, that plant eater walks right up to him. He's like, "Eat me, dude," and nothing happens.
Hmm. Oh, they're not even reproducing. Okay, so if it's initialized with 100 energy and energy is greater than 20.
Yeah, it ought to reproduce straight away.
I think so. I don't remember having to. Anything else? Well, that's weird. Hmm. I wonder if it's anything to do with these variables. Like it should be. You would think it would almost be returning this every time.
Yeah, you would think. Let's see.
Did I mess up something?
Yeah, I don't see why it's not why it's not, at least on the first iteration, it should reproduce, because you got energy equals 100.
Yeah. Unlock something. Just see if this is ever firing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. Good. Where are they?
So that's firing, but
Yeah.
the return, this reproduce, that's not working. Function takes a critter vector and an action. Crit if destination equals null. Yeah, don't reproduce. Makes sense. Okay, removes the energy times baby energy. Oh. That's a little bit different. I know he says it somewhere. It's like takes a lot of energy to have the baby.
Yeah. So let's see. Are we giving it enough initial energy?
It's gotta have plus.
If destination equals null, or critter energy less than or equal to 2 times baby energy. Where are we getting baby energy from?
Is this element from char a? That's a constructor.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the constructor. The baby is using the same constructor as the parent.
Legend and charm. Okay. Oh, there's no energy there though. Oh, because it's doing new here, so it's getting energy. Okay.
Yeah, in this case, like when it calls the constructor for Buffalo, it's going to set the baby energy to 100.
Yeah, I think that's just way too high.
Yeah. Well, wait a minute. I was trying to work through that. There's a dependency between the parent energy and the baby energy, and I didn't quite get all of that. What all the conditions had to be.
Yeah, let's go back. Let's look at that.
Yeah. Critter dot energy is less than or equal to 2 times baby energy.
Then it's not going to reproduce.
Yeah, because that's false.
And
But these are ors. Let's see if that fails. This grid. Okay, that's going to return false every time, right?
yeah, I think so.
Because that middle term, critter energy less than 2 times baby energy, that statement's always going to, or that relation's always going to be true.
Mm-hmm. What if we just lowered this? 1.2, 1.1. Oops. Still not reproducing.
Mm-mm.
Man, I was eating some plants. Man, yeah, I think these buffaloes are broken.
Yeah, I think so.
I messed something up.
Okay. Well, let me see if I can show my.
Yeah,
I've got one with smart plants and tigers that it'll run for a little while, but then the plants always take over on these. But I'll show it anyway. Give me just a minute.
Sure. Have you ever seen the guy on a buffalo clip?
I don't think so.
I don't know if you can hear this.
One day the guy on the buffalo was cruising around through the plains, seen a bear, and he thought to himself, "Oh man, I gotta get away from the bear. Hope he don't chase. Oh no, he's gonna chase me. Oh no, I better just turn around and chase him back." Guess what? I'm on a buffalo. Guy on a buffalo. Hey bear, bet you didn't know you was chasing a guy on a buffalo. Look out, just watch him go. A guy on a buffalo.
All right, you got it pulled up?
Almost. Let me. I got to start over too and paste everything back into the sandbox. Luckily,
Cool.
I saved this one off. Okay, predators. Your function here. All right.
Oh, that's a good idea. Find some way to make predators hunt more aggressively when there are a lot of herbivores and hunt more slowly or not at all when prey is rare.
Oh, now I can't even get it to paste into the sandbox.
This is a week.
Here it went. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to try to share. Can you see?
Yeah. Got it.
Okay. Yeah, there's my tiger function. And I tried to set it up with a turn counter so it would only eat like every third turn. So
Okay.
that's what this mess does here. It
Oh,
just,
nice.
it just counts 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and every well, let's see. Actually, it counts 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, and every time it hits a 2, it'll eat.
Oh, nice.
Let's see, what else did I do? I tried to make it. It only eats if its energy is less than 100.
Oh. Cool. And that's. Go ahead.
Yes, but they die. It's not very effective. It runs for a little while, but.
Are they moving around a lot?
Smart. Oh, I got to move. I got to drag Smart Plant Eater over too. Sorry.
No worries. Yeah, I'm just thinking maybe that maybe it should require less energy to eat. Maybe. 'Cause I think the eating.
Yeah, I was trying to slow it down on eating.
Gotcha.
Okay, so let's stick Smart Plant Eater in here and see if it'll work. Yeah, see, all my tigers have already died.
Did you lower the threshold for when they'll eat?
I think I tried that. Let's see.
Oh yeah, 60.
Yeah. Let me try that.
Oh, it still says 100.
Okay. Yeah. Let's make it be. I'm gonna be half of that. Oh wait.
Yeah, I would think so, because as soon as it starts, it's going to start losing energy, right?
Yeah.
Well, is it ever going to get
if I want to make it eat more often, though, I ought to make that number larger, right?
Well,
like even if it gains more energy, I want it to keep eating.
Oh, less than 200.
Yeah, less than 200. Let's see what that does.
Yep, we ate that one. How much energy does he get from eating? The same as the other one. Is it just 2?
Guess I have to look. They're already dead.
Yeah. They die so quickly. Energy plus. Oh, it just takes the energy that the thing that it ate had.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The energy from the eaten is transferred to the eater.
Okay, well, let's try this. Let's let him eat every turn.
There's still a few. And then how much energy are the smart plant eaters starting off with?
Smart plant eaters have 20. Maybe we'll change this guy to 100. Let's see what that does. Now they don't move.
Yeah.
What the heck? How did that happen? That's a bust.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Yeah. Man, I'm pretty beat today. If we want to wrap it up.
I think we've about worked our way through this one. I think. I don't know if there's much else to.
Yeah, we kind of skipped over all the expository stuff, but it's mostly review.
Well, yeah, I mean, there wasn't that much. He didn't really introduce anything new in here. He did a little bit of review about what the scope of this is.
Yeah,
and I wanted to ask you about that because, like, if I understood him correctly, every function gets its own this scope. Does that sound right?
Yeah. So that's what do they call that? So at compile time, anything that's a function gets it's basically like a sub context that's initialized with its own this that's set to itself.
Yeah.
And then all the variables inherit that.
He goes through. There's a couple of paragraphs about that, about how to manipulate it to make this refer to like an outer function.
Yeah. So you can even that's with call.
Or bind, call, or apply.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's that optional this. Call and apply have like an optional this that can be another object. So you can pass that as the context, and then you call if it's just one argument, or apply if it's multiple arguments.
I read a really good. Let me see if I can find it.
That's still one of the trickier JavaScripty things.
There was this explicit binding thing that I read recently. I'm trying to find my notes from it.
This one. This is one I've been meaning to read through. This is a long article.
What's the link for that one?
That's that JavaScript is sexy.
Oh yeah. That's from last time you mentioned that one.
Yeah, I still Partha sent this one, and I've been meaning to look at it. I should definitely do that soon.
So so call would be.
Are we calling?
So if you had a function and that you use this inside of it, then you do that function dot call, and then in parentheses after call you would put the context with which you want to call the function.
Right. So like here in this example where he overwrites for each, that's where we take our call back, and then we evoke it with
the context that you want.
Yeah.
So you're passing down the context in, and then you're not binding, but you're calling it on that context so that the this will be this is context in that situation, right? Is that simple?
Yeah.
And then apply is the same as call, except that you pass the context in, but you also can pass an array of arguments that you can parse in the function.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would do that, but that's what this note says that I wrote down.
Yeah, that's where I get bogged down too, of knowing which.
Yeah.
What's the advantages of each and the appropriate places to use them? I still struggle with that.
Well, that's the funny thing, and this is why I wanted to get into a group of people who are kind of doing the same thing, because I find that if you go online and just look in threads and stuff, it's just a whole bunch of well, you need to know what closure means. It's okay.
I know there's a bunch of a-holes out there that post on those things.
Okay, look, I understand the idea of closure, but I don't understand why we're using objects. And that's something that for some reason nobody wants to explain. So it's
Yeah, well, we're using JavaScript doesn't have very complex data structures like some other languages might have, where they provide kind of different interfaces for dealing with those data structures. Like we just get object, and then function is an object with some additional methods.
Right. Yeah, we're kind of up to the programmer to implement those data structures.
Yeah.
With object.
Yeah. There's actually a really excellent YouTube video that I watched recently. It might have just been closed. I think it was execution. No, it was just like JS closure, I think. But this was like the one that I watched that I was like, why didn't I watch this so much sooner? Is it this? No. But he actually goes through and kind of explains how JavaScript has two steps. Like it has the read, where it like reads the code and it takes all the tokens and it like generates a new syntax tree, and all the variables go onto into a hash, basically, that it can be looked up and then like garbage collected easily. But like it does all this setup stuff before it actually executes anything. And where closures come in is where it's like how long those different contexts stay around and what access internal methods,
right,
or what kind of whether or not they have access.
Yeah, the functions have access to the variables that were inside the context they were called in originally.
Right.
So like when you hide variables in an object by making them inaccessible directly, but you can access them through methods.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can always like return an internal data structure from a closure to get access to it from outside. That's kind of like a way around not being able to get to private. I mean, there's no private things. Like in Java, you can just say like this is a private method.
Right.
But you can't get to like a variable that's inside of a function unless you return that explicitly. Which is why generally you want to be, I think, returning objects usually, and then like receiving functions. Where is that video? So good. I'll have to find it and I'll post it on the meetup, because it was the best walkthrough that I've seen as far as what's going on in an interpreter. At the interpreter or at the runtime.
Yeah, and that's always a good way to look at things, if you can figure out how the interpreter or the compiler is setting up all those variables and pointers. Then
yeah, and I bet it's on one of my. Let me go to my favorites list. Can't get around this thing. One sec. My channel. I actually have like, programming. Oh, it's gonna be like all the way at the bottom.
Are you guys getting rain in Denton and Plano?
We did yesterday.
Yeah, it's raining like Dr. Dickens here now, and I wasn't expecting that at all.
I don't think we got any today.
Yeah. Where are you at?
I'm close to Decatur.
Okay.
So, here we go. This is it. Oh, and I'm also reading this. The SICP book. Have you ever looked at that, Jay? That Structure and Interpretation of Computer Programming?
No, I haven't.
This is great. I've only worked through the first chapter, but it's like all the modern terminology and things that you hear constantly in JavaScript. This is where a lot of them kind of got really refined in the early 80s. And it's using Scheme, so all the examples are in Scheme. And there's this really cool like interactive. You can also get Racket, like Dr. Racket, I think it's called, if you want to like run them. But it has a sandbox, so you can actually like, run these examples. If I can even write some. Oh yeah, just one. So like square 4.
Yeah.
It's really cool, and then all the original MIT lectures are on YouTube as well. I got a little GitHub. So it's that's kind of the book that I want to look at next the most.
Yeah, it looks like a good one.
So it's online. I can send you this if you want.
Yeah. Post the link because I would like to look at that because I would like to get a good grip on the on the terminology and conceptual stuff just outside of any particular language. Because I mean that's that stuff applies wherever you go, whatever language.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
And it really gets at the core of like more functional stuff that I'm super interested in, and just don't have the math background to really grok. But yeah, all this stuff is on here. It's all on YouTube. Oh, there we go. On YouTube. Yeah, that's the guy. Anyway.
I guess I'm going to drop off. There's some kind of having a dog meltdown over here. I don't know what's going on.
All right, I'll post all this stuff.
Okay. All right.
Take care, Jay.
All righty. Good night, guys.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Cool. I guess I'll just...
Yeah, if you're interested in functional, I don't know if you've watched any of... he passed by whenever you're looking up on YouTube, that guy that does the Fun Function YouTube channel.
Yeah.
If you've watched his functional series, it's pretty like real. He makes it sound real simple.
Yeah, he got in a little bit of trouble, I think. I noticed on one of the I think it was his Functor video. He kind of caught a little flack for like explaining something as just wrong, and then some functional guys like came in the comments and ripped apart his example. But I love his videos, and I'm a big fan of that guy. I watch him like every Monday.
Yeah, he's pretty fun to watch. He I guess he works at Spotify over in where does he live? It's
Sweden,
I think, something like that. But he's fun to watch.
Yeah.
So y'all got in here.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, this has been going on. Well, we're on chapter 7 now, so.
How long have y'all been doing it?
14 weeks, maybe 15 weeks.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Do you think I can catch up?
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know. Like, I'm looking at it, and I was like, I don't know. I'm real lost on what y'all are doing.
I mean, it's. I've given up trying to like dream of this like idyllic world where I just like see something and understand it right away, or anything like that.
I don't have any problem like that. I just don't. It'd be nice to be able to jump in and know what's going on / be able to add value to a group instead of just being like I'm so lost.
Oh no, don't.
Because like I said, my background's mainly on the rest of the browser, not so much once we get into the deep, like before.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess it was about 2 months ago before then, I had pretty much used like jQuery,
Mhm.
and I used that a lot. And other than that, hadn't really done anything else in JavaScript. And so I got on Free Code Camp, and I did the front end certification in about 2 months.
Oh, nice.
So like it felt like it was going really fast, but then I made it to the final projects and felt like I had no idea what I was doing. So it's like, okay, I missed something along the way.
Yeah. Man. I'm super happy to have more people. I think it's good. Like, I'm sure, there's tons of stuff that that I don't know, and other people in the group. I mean, there's one guy that joined sometime. I've only been doing this for like 2.5 years, and I didn't go to school for it or anything. And then there's like one guy that comes sometimes has taught, at the university. We have our friend Danielle. She's getting her master's in computer language modeling, and I'm like, up until like, a few months ago, I was struggling with like arguments in functions, like passing stuff.
Well, so you do this for a job?
Yeah. I snuck my way in like a year ago. I actually started off doing. I went from like not knowing what CSS was to my friend letting me kind of intern for him on some freelance work, and did that for like a year. It was good and kind of good and bad. I kind of had to like break away from that and start studying more on my own because I felt like I wasn't really learning that much.
Right.
I was kind of like taking his code and trying to change it some. And then, but with that, like I was learning Meteor. Have you looked at that?